Okay, I'm going to go over and start working on this. Let me see where my photo went. I'll put that down there. You guys can see how it goes. Bring it over here so I can have some room to get some stuff. And I want to show you guys. You see my new guys here. I got a Monet coming in to paint with us, working at our palette. And we got our friend Bob Ross. He'll help us a lot with the background. So.
I got one of those of Jim.
Thank you.
Love both of those.
Goofy. So let's look at this. 1 second. Oh, lost this one. Okay. Let's look at these darks and stuff here. Let's a lot of these greens, a lot of greens here and reds. These greens here are going to have be brighter greens, more saturated in color than these ones back here. So these ones here are going to come forward, and these ones here will sit back. So let's mix up some greens first, because I think they're darks, and I'm going to mix up reds. Oh, color-wise, color palette-wise, let's go on the palette again. This looks like I need some fresh paint here. Here I'm going to go with some unbleached white, just another dab of that. That's not too bad. I got my white here, which there's a lot of blue colors in it. Let's shove it over here. So this is a titanium white, cad yellow light. This is the difference between makers of paint and stuff. This is cad yellow light in Utrecht, and this is cad yellow light in Emblem paint. Weird. This is cad red light. This is cad orange. We have ochre, alizarin crimson. Here we have some beat up Venetian.
Jim,
here's my blue. Yeah?
This is Sabrina. I got disconnected. I just got back in. So
Yeah.
you're just going over the color?
Okay. White, yellow, red, green.
Got it. Okay.
Unbleached white, titanium white, cad yellows. I was just showing, this is Utrecht cad yellow versus Gamblin cad yellow light. This is a cad red light, cad orange. Then I went into ochre, yellow ochre. This is alizarin crimson. This is Venetian red. This is my cobalt blue hue. This is burnt sienna, which probably needs to be freshened up. I guess I better freshen that up. That's made it a whole week. Got too big a skin on it. I'll have to put it out. Same with burnt umber. Gonna have to replace that too. See, just not worth it. But this, and then I went to phthalo green and Prussian blue. Yeah, I always found that with burnt sienna and burnt umber, they kind of skin over, they dry pretty quick as for oil paints. I might put out some blue too, since it's right here. If I run out of blue, it's running out of colors in the mix in the middle of these things. I got enough yellow out. A lot of green in here, so I'm going to be mixing up a few greens, so I'm going to put out some more yellow. I got a couple yellows, and I'm going to freshen up my ochre.
Jim, during the week, do you cover this then with wax paper or put oil on it or something?
Yes, usually I do. I usually go out. I got this really expensive plastic I put over it that you can't get anywhere else. You can only get it like at plastic wrap. I think you can get it at Walgreens.
Yeah, I never saw that one. Good, thanks.
No, don't buy this one. Don't buy this one. This stuff's crap. So it comes off like this. You tear it, and so you end up piecing it together.
Yeah, not
But,
good. Okay.
No, it's not a good. It's more of a pain in the butt than doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna think about making these greens, making the ones back over here first. Oh no! I'm gonna make the ones back here because they have a lot of more purple in them and stuff. So they're gonna be more. I'm gonna go with blue, my cat cobalt blue, and put a little bit of alizarin in it, make it go on the purple side, and then I'm going to use this probably around for the tires and stuff too. Good to have out already, get it going. And I'll make two little versions of this, just one on the blue side, one on the red side. That one looks like it's red side. That one's looking at the red side. I cheat one over, making sure it's on the blue side, just to have it. But I'm going to take a little bit of the blue one, maybe a little bit of ochre to it. Too much ochre, probably.
Which brand ochre do you use?
Their ochre is pretty. That was like whoever I can get. Utrecht's really got a great one. That one I was just like using up off. What was it, a Rembrandt or something like that?
I see.
Yeah, nothing major, nothing worth going for. Don't go out of your way for it. It's not gonna. As much as I have it out here and stuff. I don't use it that much, except for when I'm doing greens and stuff. Right here, I got this. This is not blue enough. A little more blue in it. The ochre took over, but I'm gonna take that because it has a little brown tint to it.
Jim, can you tell us again what are in those 3 piles? Sorry.
Okay. Nope. This is blue and alizarin on the blue side, alizarin and blue on the alizarin side on this pile. So then I just took a little bit of the blue pile, brought it over here and ended up putting too much ochre into it, and it turned it a little bit too brown. So on this one, I just split the pile, say I can use that brown probably in a tree or something, This might be more of the tree color in the back and stuff, and then I put a little more blue into it. It's trying to get that back because I see this underneath this tree, and insides of this tree, and then the green that goes on.
Okay, so
about green.
blue and alizarin, and then what did you add to it? Did you say you added ochre?
Yeah, just a little bit
Okay.
of ochre. And then I said I added too much ochre because it turned it brown. So I split the pile, pushed it over here, and then I added just a little bit more blue to it over here. Now I'm taking just a little bit of the blue pile. I'm going to add some phthalo green to it. Phthalo is really strong. It's going to take over really quick, but it's a cool green, and it's going to get some of these areas right in before you get to the highlights. So it'll be two steps. It's going to be the dark part, then a little bit lighter part, and then the bright part. And this will be pretty much. I'll be able to use this for a few of these other trees back in that area too, for just the mid-tone. This is probably the only tree area I'm going to really concentrate on. So it's the one that's going to get like the full range of color. Where these guys here are going to be probably going to be just a more mid-range, the mid value to the highlight they're going to get. These guys are, I still got to get a highlight on these ones. Then this batch of bushes over here behind the tractor are going to get a full range of color too, though. The grasses are going to be probably like two colors, 2-3 colors mixed in with a few other ones here of palette colors when I get done. So I want to go here. I'm just going to take a little bit of that phthalo I mixed up here, and I'm just going to hit it with some of this CAD light. That's a lot. But sometimes it takes a lot, and you're going to see it come off, and it's going to be look a little day glowy, and that's because you just need a little bit of red into it, and that's where I'm going to go back and just take a little bit of CAD red and put it in here and bring it back down into its space just a little bit more. Too much. And this will be work into the highlights trees back in here. And sometimes I'd like to keep the highlights a little stronger than what I see, then because when I'm working wet into wet, these guys will probably grab a lot of paint, mixed up paint and stuff, probably going to go change a lot. But since I got a lot of green right now on my knife, I'm going to bring it over here. So it's just phthalo green. Look at it, just change it on me. It's phthalo green and CAD yellow, and just a touch of red into it. And I'm going to start mixing up some of these other guys. I think I can use it while I do it here. I'm going to just add some blue to it, regular blue, to cool it off. Yeah. So I'm just going to make up a few different greens for it. The insides of this bush, like I said, I wanted those warmer and stuff. So instead of going with the phthalos and stuff and working here, I'm going to start off with burnt sienna, because it's kind of has a lot of yellow to it. You can see it has a little more yellow and red to it already. And then put that in some blue into it. So this is burnt sienna and blue. Now I got a little bit of green left over from over here. And then I'm just going to start bringing in just a little bit of yellow in here, trying to get into this area here.
Did you say burnt sienna and blue?
Yeah, burnt sienna and blue. And then just brought in just a little bit of yellow to bring where I could see the green and stuff. And this is kind of a warm green, you know, you can see it there. What I always do is, like, kind of a broken record, is just add a little bit of blue to one side of it, split the pile, add a little bit of blue to it. Because I really want the cools to show up too. I want the darks in the middle of these bushes, but then I want the cooler on the outside, and then the highlights hot. So this is just a little blue where I want a little bit blue, because I'm thinking of that sky in there. You know, there's always a little sky mixing in with these things. Add just a little bit of white to it with my blue over blue. So this will go inside the bush. You know, this will come on the outside, mix in with this. I'm going on the outside of the bush. and start making them round stuff. And then when I hit the highlights on top, pretty much it will make the bush. Pretty simple, really simple. Okay. And I'll be able to use pieces of this for these bushes back here and the trees and stuff. So a combination of these greens and stuff. Let's see what green I got here on my knife here.
Is the same highlight you're going to use?
No, it's going to change. That's what I'm just going to make. I'll be using this highlight here, but it might switch out. What I'm missing right now is the sky color. I got to mix up just a little bit of sky color because you got to have a little bit of sky reflecting in these guys. So I'm going to mix up just a little bit of the low range color right in here, and just by adding that in, I'll take the contrast out of this a little bit. This one's not too bad, but I can see that there's a light green. That's going to be on the mixed in with these other greens. Stuff's mostly down probably in here. You can just match it. So mix up, like I said, just a little bit more of that to have it around. The sky is probably the simplest thing to paint, so we're always going to kind of like leave that to the end because it's pretty straightforward. Just a little lighter at the horizon, always just a little pinkier. Sometimes I use cad red. Sometimes it calls for alizarin crimson red mixed in.
Jim, can you just tell me that color it looks like sky that
This
you're
one?
mixing right now? No, to the left, that one, yes.
That one, that was just blue and white. That was just a cobalt blue and just regular white mixed in. And I had got a little green left over from my knife that was still here. Always some color on my knife. I don't really wipe it off too much.
I only have titanium white. I don't have that unbleached white. It's fine.
Don't
right?
worry, I haven't even used it. I haven't used
Okay.
that at all. If I use that, I might use it like in here, this area here. I'll be throwing it in. It's more like, for me, it's a filler color. It's not like a color. It's just you just add it in. You can make that color with just white and burnt umber here too. I mean, really easy. You just take a little bit of that, and you're going to come up with this is a little cooler, just a little cooler, but it still have the same effect. If you add yellow to it, it'll probably come back up. Be about the same color. You can do it. You can do it. I can use that in here though. So this is okay. Let's go.
I never knew you bought pre-mix color, Jim.
That's that. I don't use that as a premix. Yeah.
You mix everything, but something coming out of the tube. I never knew you do that, so it's pretty cool.
Not too often. Not too often. I might do it for like red glints and stuff. Sometimes cad red is like the only color, one of the main things I'll ever use like that for, because I know it has to be how bright it has, strong it has to be in these things. So, well, since you said that, and I made this up, this is going to be going into here probably. So I'll be doing a few things here. This is just burnt sienna into the street in yellow and a little bit of white. What I want to do here, all white. I don't have anything. I can put up more white. I thought I had enough. But this is for the gravel. And the gravel is going to have some green in it too. It's going to definitely have some warmth in it. That burnt sienna just is so strong. And I wanted, like I said though, in the beginning, I'm going to steal some green, put it in here too. Stealing from piles right off the bat. That coming the way I want it. Too cool. All right. This probably be the highest. I'm going to go with it right here for this gravel and stuff. I'm going to keep it kind of dull, not quite as bright. Maybe I'll bring up patches of stroke here and there, but try to keep it down a little bit. As it goes back though, I'm going to put in some sky. This is what I was talking about, from here all the way back here. Just by mixing up and putting in a little bit of sky in here, I'll be able to get back in here. The sky is, since it's blue, we'll do it. So I'm gonna steal a little bit more. Where I have just enough. It's only gonna be like 2 strokes. So I can get away with a little bit, but I can also find other places to put it. All right, so greens, got some greens, got some light greens, dark greens. No, a lot of greens. I'm gonna have to put this green in. I'm gonna start off with, this is for the grass. And that was way too much. Way too much. It's gonna be, start off with some burnt umber and then go with yellow and then bring it in little by little. Burnt umber is more on the blue tones when it comes to the browns and stuff. Then when I add just a touch of blue to this, I want to save some of this. This is a nice mustard color. And you probably could be able to use it in around here and stuff. So it's always a good practice to save just a little bit of a pile, especially if you like the color. Then I'm just gonna add some blue to it, and I'll have to bring it back up because blue will knock it down a couple shades of color here. That's a nice green though. That's a nice green. You can see it definitely in here. Like I said, I'm just gonna save some of that and put it over here because it's really a nice color. Before I change it, I have to bring it up to the grass color. So now it's coming up. I'm gonna add some sky. That sky mixed up the white and blue. That's what's gonna make it. That's what's gonna make it this color. Just a little more sky, which I'm gonna need a good pile of it. So I have to use the whole pile of sky, which is pretty simple and easy to make. As you can see, pretty close. It's just gonna take some more sky. But if I keep adding, I'm gonna keep mid-tone that. Split my pile so I don't use up all of it. So I just need that for a few spots. That's going to work out well. Then I'll be able to then I'll be able to just maybe add just a little bit of red to a piece of it. Just thinking how, just getting a few darker areas for this. This is how I did. I'm going to show my fishing guy one more time. I want to show a few things on subtleties and stuff on that. Okay, well, the only tough thing to do now is the tractors. You can see as they go back, you probably have these guys back here have more purple in them. I'll be able to steal from these guys. This front one, I'm going to make this just one tractor, I think, instead of two wheels, just make it one wheel. Maybe, you know, take this tractor here and make them, you know, come out to there or something like that. Because, you know, that there's just getting too many. It's just kind of weird to have. Too complicated. It works with a photograph, but not going to work in a painting probably. I'm not going to worry about these houses back here either and stuff color-wise. I'll be able to grab color here and probably use and stuff because those are just like blue greens and stuff like that. I can grab a couple colors here, that every color out. But let's go with the reds. Reds are always one of the tougher, besides greens, is one of the next tougher things to do color-wise. I'm going to start off with just some cad red for this guy. Way off, way off. Then put in, I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with some a bit of burnt umber into them. Start toning them down, get them in the right place. Then I'm going to add some little bit of blue, a little bit of the cobalt blue hue to it, and that'll purple it out. Just tone it back, toning it back.
Why are you using that rather than the alizarin crimson?
I just wanted, because this color will come forward faster than these than if I did it with alizarin. You know, there might be alizarin in here. I could probably go with just that and get in there too. But I wanted it more of a earthy or warmer green red. This I might end up using this mix right here for some of these farther back ones because it goes. I just need this to come forward. And
Okay, Jim, I'm sorry I'm slow. Could you just go over the reds again? Which
Sure.
your two piles, what's in them?
Okay, this is cad red with a little bit of burnt umber into it. And then I just put in a little bit of blue to take off the edge off it, to cool it off. And then I'd add, if I had some white and some sky left, I'd bring in some sky, so I'm just going to use a little bit of white. Just a little bit. I don't want much. I just want knock gray, because white is also grays out colors. And I'm looking more at the on this one, looking more in here than the highlight. And this will work. This will work. Maybe just a touch more blue. I think that's what I'm missing into it for some of these deader areas. Yeah. But the combination of cad red, burnt umber, blue, and just a little bit of white. You just got to get the recipe. You gotta. It's how much. It's more on the cad red side. Then I'm going to go a little bit on the blue side. After a while, just basically that main pile for these guys. I'd probably paint this guy and probably these two guys with about the same before I have to really change that color and go to like a with Karen was saying, going with a alizarin crimson back here. I can go with alizarin crimson, and I mean, there are so many different little ways you could make this guy up. I mean, I could have just went with Venetian, put Venetian in there. Could have been Venetian blue, but I was just trying to be different. Just a little different. Let's go with the highlights though. Now I'm gonna work on the highlights of these tractors, the reds and stuff. Well, there's also on these guys, yeah? Maybe just a stronger cad red here somewhere a little bit too. Just a little, couple brush strokes of stronger color here and there and stuff. The highlights, let's bring those guys down. Let's just start with what I had here though. And then add some white and some yellows. I'll get it up to
It's,
up
now,
to about value.
I
Now
think
it's
sky is in that, or not? Looks like some
What's
sky
that?
blue is in that, not?
They're blue and
Yeah.
what?
The sun is making it warm, but it looks like the sky is making it cool.
The sky is
So-
reflecting. Yeah. You gotta get, if you can, gonna want to have a little bit of both in here, because I can see there's a lot of some yellow in these things, but there are certain little spots in the tractor that are going to be cooler. They're going to reflect differently, and then that could be the sky, especially when they come like at a little angle or something like a corner or something like that. That's just not on a flat plane and stuff. Sometimes that's going to pick up, those little corners are going to kick up a little bit more blue than the sun just going straight down on them. I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow, add yellow to this color. Just to warm it up. This is now probably darker. It's just a little too dark. A little more white, just a little more cad yellow. Yeah?
Okay, would you tell us what's in that pile again, please?
Yep. This is just cad red, ton of white, more white, just a scratching of cad red, ton of white. Get it up to right here, and then yellow, just a touch of yellow into it, and then this pile here is just basically more yellow, more white. I'm trying to brighten it up just another step, trying to get a step, at least a one big step difference from this. And this is just kind of like highlight color to go over this. And when I do those, I'm also going to want to take this. If I had just a little bit of sky to it, if I had sky left, just a little bit of blue, it'll make a nice purple too. You're going to find this in these highlights too, because you're going to have some of that sky and sun mixing with that red of the tractor. You are going to find little bits of light purple highlights and stuff. And I think I was talking at one point earlier about periwinkle being like a color in these things, finding back in here, just a little bit of periwinkles and stuff like that. So it's always good to have that in here too, which I can just take from the big pile. It's just blue and that alizarin crimson mixed up on the blue side, and then with a lot of white. It's always good to have in this painting. Trying to keep my colors clean. The cleaner my colors are, cleaner my painting can be, because these things, as we all know, can get dirty pretty quickly. So I'll find this here and here and here, little teeny areas and stuff. But I also want just really a high highlight too, just for the, see, this is almost all white, just a little bit of this into it. And I want that just for these little teeny spots. You might even be able to find the roof in here and stuff. The house back in here, I'll probably get it with these colors over here. Maybe just a mix, really simple. I don't think they're going to be that big of trouble. The trash and stuff, kind of, that's probably what it is, right? These boxes and some of these bottles.
The whole
and
thing is.
things. What we're not going to do is concentrate on them. Paint shape. Think about them as painting shapes. Just a stroke for the green, stroke for the light, the sky hitting it on top of it. That's enough. Don't try to tell me what it is, because I don't want to know. No one else is going to want to know. They just want to know it's in there. It's settled and stuff. Same with some of these plants and stuff. When we do those, just put them in as a shape, and then just get a few highlights. Don't overdo it. Don't let it get in the way of the tractor itself. Stuff. So
On the two tractors in the front, you're combining in one. Are you putting the wheel where one of them are? One wheel or two?
I'm gonna take this wheel,
Yeah.
and probably move to about here, and basically just combine those two.
Okay.
These tractors, each one of these tractors are made by a different company. And so they all have just do a little bit different things and look a little different. There was even another tractor in the shot over here, but it was a blue tractor. And it had some rigging on it that I couldn't make out what it was going to be. And so I just said, it's going to be more confusing in a painting than anything else. So let's cut that out. Keep it simple as possible. So these are red tractors. They read quickly. And we're going to go with that.
What did you say about the house, though? You will
This house?
use the existing, yeah.
Yeah, back there, that's just painted as strokes, flat stroke with a flat brush in a roof. Don't give it too much detail back here. This is the stuff you just want to put in with the knife almost, put glints of the highlights. Basically paint the shadow and paint the highlight. Let the midtones go on it. Keep the midtones and stuff, all that effort in here, because the midtones are the cake. The highlights are the frosting, and so we don't want to give too much of the cake away back in here. We want to keep the cake up here.
And the house in the middle, behind the tractors?
Oh, yeah. That's almost going to has to be treated almost just like this. I mean, I'm talking, there's just a little edge of it, and there's a roof, and then there's another one back in sort of barns. These are probably more pole barns than anything else. Those are just a couple strokes of paint. Don't even think about them too much. If we concentrate too much on these, you're going to miss this. So you can't miss this, but we'll get it. This road takes us back here, tells us around, and they'll just drag us back around naturally, I think. The trees will bring us all back around.
Okay.
Jim, I'm sorry, I missed one color. I missed the color of the road. Can you tell me that?
Purple. It's purple.
It's
No,
not purple.
It's right here. It's simple. It's burnt umber, touch of yellow, and a lot of white.
Okay.
And what I made up a couple versions of just a little bit of burnt umber too. And I just have a little bit more burnt umber in this one, just a little bit more yellow in this one. And then this one, it's really the high key part of this going to be here. And it's just a lot more white and just a little bit of sky in here.
Okay.
And since I'm talking about sky, I might as well move it in here because there are going to be places I am going to need it. I was, trying to save room on my palette, but there's a little bit of room here, So I'm just going to put in the sky as simple as I can put it in. It's just blue and white. Come up with mid-tone. Okay, maybe just a little bit of that green into it, just a little bit. So, yeah, that'll do it. Just in case I need it. Then, this would be probably the overall dark area, lighter at the bottom and stuff. But I might be able to use this in highlights or something in the back. It's a nice color to move around. So, I'm going to also do this. I'm going to do my drawing in Venetian a little bit, Venetian and red. I'm going to do the toning of the canvas and stuff too. That'll also help knock down the greens a little bit so the greens don't just get too vibrant on us and jump out at us. So, okay. Coming back, let's get busy, right? Parents, get busy. Put a little tape on this, open up my soda. I'll put this up above here for you guys. I can point to it and stuff too.
What size is the canvas, Jim?
Huge, huge. This is a 16 by 20.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, sorry, it's just a little cockeyed. Is that gonna work okay? Yeah, it'll work all right for now. There's nothing. If that gets in the way, just let me know and I'll wipe it out. Gonna put in some new oil here. Oh. Just a little bit of oil. And gonna move a little bit up there. So I can use some of this, tone this road out right away. Maybe this, I'm using Venetian on this. I haven't used Venetian too much in a while for my tonings. I usually use like burnt umber or burnt sienna. But I just thought, let's try it for this one. Gonna get a little darker in the place. I think in these front areas here, in the grasses too. I see a lot of red in those grasses here and there too. I mean, it's like kind of weed grasses mostly. And then you have the stripe over here. I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna come in probably just a little bit more on this as it comes in back here. There's a little triangle of greens and grasses back in here. Probably come in just a little bit more because I think I don't want to frame, it's getting close to the edge. So I want to try to keep that one at this area here, right in about here, maybe even push it over just a hair more. Have the tree here. I have this be light. So this tree here is probably not going to be quite as big in the painting as I thought. I was thinking it's going to be. These are going to be the row of tractors. I'm only going to detail pretty much when I paint it the one tractor. This one right here. And he's going to take a little bit of shape-wise where he goes. I don't want him to come too far over. right up, his body goes right above the wheel, so you gotta have that wheel sort of figured out, and then it goes into grasses. And kind of cuts back around here. And then everything else got a little bit of seat here. Seat here. Maybe I'll have to cut this down. Cut this a little bit there. I gotta move it over here. So it's gonna come to about here. Then the other tractor comes in here, comes at an angle. The box gonna be right about here. And this is pretty much where I'm laying this in, with these strokes, you know, one hand going down and bringing it back around. That's pretty much how I'm going to paint that box. It's not going to be much more, you know, these little things in the grass are not going to get much attention more than a stroke of stuff. Yeah? Okay. This is the grass in the middle of the road. Some grass there. And like I said, this is that building back there. You don't want it to, you know, make a line with this too much. So this thing has to come out a little bit more. And then there's just another barn right behind it. Grass, trees, going in back there. And then here, just basically going to be different squares of paint with highlights. Not going to be too much more than that. Maybe the only thing here is just like the wheel. You get this wheel here. Just a hint of something there in the grass. Just make sure this one, bring this down a little bit more. Grasses take off about that much. Weeds, at the line of its thing. Big, just get a little bit of hint of tire. I guess, yeah. Gotta get that tire in there. The seat. Just trying to keep that tire from getting too far to that edge. Just okay. And shadow. We're lucky grasses have taken over this thing. You know, we don't have the guts of in here to deal with too much. You just got the more of the face here. So, and that is gonna be it. It's just gonna be this really, you know, I want to get this swoop, you know, this swoop back in here, going back. House there. Just a little cleaner. Going back. Trees. That could be messy because you never know. Some of this stuff could go through. Be fun. All right. You guys still with me?
Yes, I'm here watching, admiring it. It looks like a tractor already, and mine doesn't look like one. It looks like
You're
a
painting
block.
with us? Good.
Yes, I decided I'm a mess. So I've got paint on the computer. I've got paint on my pants. I got paint everywhere. So,
Good for you.
because I decided painting after the fact wasn't working. So I decided to paint with you, but that's not working very well either because I got a big mess here.
Don't worry, just put a tarp down.
Yeah.
You know, you got a husband that can clean it for you. Come on.
No, he's the finicky one. I'm ready to leave the paint everywhere, but he's the one who cleans up.
Well, good. See, like I said, give him something to do. He's not doing anything, is he?
No, because it comes with criticisms of me. So there we go.
So, there you go. See, nice, simple painting, right? Good to hear from you, Karen. I'm not going to have to paint.
Well, it's hard to watch you and do it at the same time. It's really difficult.
It is. You should try my side.
The key is to do something different.
Well, I'd like your talent to go with my willpower.
Well, thank you. So everybody have theirs kind of drawn in, kind of sketchy. I mean, take your time. I'm just going to start laying in some of these greens and stuff like I was talking about. And
So wait, you're starting with the greens, not the darks now?
the darks. Some of the darks.
Okay.
Some of these darks are pretty much, I'll be able to go from here to
Oh.
darkening in here pretty quickly. The darks in this painting pretty much, are pretty much the greens and stuff. So the reds here, I mean, they're reflecting in these reds so much that they're going to show up, in the dark's going to be in the guts of this tractor and stuff. So, I just gonna, it's just a square, and I'm just gonna put in a little that's alizarin and blue, one of the first colors. You can see it just jumps out at you a little bit. And then I'm gonna just put in just a little bit of the what is it? Phthalo Green one I had down here and stuff, and it's going to go into this tractor tire a lot. And you see how I'm just going to keep it very back here, just loosey goosey. Basically this is going to be just a square, a dark, and think about these other spots back in here. Here's one on this tractor back in here. You see the guts of it. Everything else is just little spots. Maybe this last one has, you can see in there. Then that takes me right back into this tree here. Right in here. And I'm just gonna put in some of that phthalo green and mix with blue. Just for the back, in the back here, going around in here and up all the way up. Maybe even in behind these tractors here, there's some I can get away with. I think I want to keep it a cool green back in here because I want it to really receive greens like reds. Have a tendency to pop forward very quickly in the spectrum. So by putting them in a cooler value even than they are, when you put green, lighter, the warmer value on top, this stuff will still pull that brighter green, the warmer green, and keep it from jumping too much forward, because that yellow just really pulls it quickly up there. I'll put that in there. Now, this green here, as you can't tell, has is the one where I used some red in it. This has some cad red into the mix, and it's going to come forward. I want this green to come forward because this is bush behind here and stuff. And I'm just gonna, it goes all the way to the top here. I'm just gonna paint the basics shape and just try to get one green be stronger than the other. You can see right in here when it has just a little bit of yellow into it, that this color just starts to come forward even more. So, there's it down in here around part of the thing, part of the wheel. Keep a couple good clean areas. Trying to think keeping it clean because I got some other strokes that are going to come in here, and it's going to get really, what you call real heavy and real quick, complicated, and a little bit overworked. So I'll try to keep some of my colors in there simple and clean. Since I got green here, I got, that red worked out pretty well back here for toning the canvas and stuff. So I'm just gonna, since I got green here and stuff, I'm just gonna start thinking about putting in this stuff. I'm gonna put it in just a little brighter down in here. Has a lot more yellow in it. Keep it bright and right in here. And then,
So, Jim,
get back.
question.
Yes.
While you're laying down this paint, are you going into your terp and then picking up the paint, because it's coming out very,
Thin?
it's not thick paint. Yeah, it's very thin. But so you're just soaking the brush, right?
I'm not, tell you the truth, it's whatever was on my brush when I'm using the same brush I tinted with. I did the tinting with, so it does have a little bit of oil in it.
Okay.
And for this big stuff here, just to block it in, I have not really touched the oil that much.
So you're just picking up the paint and...
I guess I wiped it off a little bit, but I'm not like adding any oil. Right now, I'm not trying to.
So it was just oil and burnt sienna at the beginning?
Yeah, and this color here, yeah, this color here is burnt sienna and yellow and white, just a little bit of the sky.
No, I mean the undertone. Somehow I missed it. The undertone is...
I did Venetian.
Okay, got it.
I did Venetian and undertone. Going a little bit bright. Thinking about the wheels. My box is going to go in here, but I'm not going to worry about that box. I just want to try to get start to put in a few greens and even in early here. Just push that tire back. In my tire, I just probably made that tire way too big. Think of tractor tires and stuff. You always think of them, how big they are and stuff. This is probably a different kind of tractor and stuff than the ones I'm back in Wisconsin. We're pretty small tractors. That box is going to go in there, but won't make a difference. Back into the shade area and stuff. I want to get, one spot here. The grass is just blocking in. And I'm just gonna make sure, remind myself that just a little bit of light on that, on the back side here. Cut it a little brighter. Probably gonna come in from over here too. And there's the green here. I'm gonna go a little bit. This is that mustard color of burnt sienna and yellow here. Just off a little bit, but I want to get it in here. Give the other colors when they come in something to play with. I mean, because when they come in just too flat, you know, like this, they just don't. There's nothing there to play with. I mean, colors. So I'm just gonna, since it's so white stuff, it'll be funner, more interesting. Have a little bit of color back in here. So got to get that shadow to go across there. Stuff. That building back there, since I got that color. Betcha. This building has a little more red in it. I wish I can put that in right in here. So put it in as simple as I can put it in. Something like that. That's my big cheap brush. That's a pretty, you know, not a whole lot of just heavy, quick, how to block it in quickly, not even to, you know, go too far with it.
That's the synthetic acrylic brush, right? From
Yeah, really
Walmart.
cheap one.
Okay.
This is my Walmart special brush.
How long does it go? Like if you paint every day, does it retain shape or do you have to replace them?
Yeah, look at that thing. It goes that thin. You know, I just wipe it off. You know,
But
it's a nice.
You've been using it for some time after washing it. Okay.
I get a pack of these for like $3 or $4. 2 of these in a thing, and they're great for this kind of stuff and for drawing because they got a nice edge to draw on it, you know. And just to get some of this heavy block in done before I, get in too soon, too far. I like, it's just kind of a little fun. All right, now I will bring out, well, before I go too far from, I'm going to still put in just a little bit of more paint here. Get rid of this, work this in a little bit more. This is, now I'm starting to use the burnt umber in white, with the white in here. And just needs a little bit of red in it. So I'm going to go back and use some Venetian in it. And just, twist my brush here, because I find twisting my brush creates a lot of this goofiness you get with it, and gives you odd brush marks that, if you work at it too long, you work too hard on them. They always show that you work too hard. This is the darks in this area here. Just pushing them in with the brush. And there's still a highlight, you know, there's still some lights that go in here and stuff, but those are going to be very simple. I might just put this red here. There's a little bit of red in here going from this edge of this of the sky, of the grass here. Just push that in just a little bit. Even just cheat this and put it in here. Gotta go all the way back here. Shoot this grass away. Just a little bit more. All right. Now I can brushes. Now I'm going to go with a bristle brush, regular bristle brush, and I'm going to start where I'm going to work back here a little bit, back in here, and start getting in some of the tree, just a little bit of the trees over this thing. And that's just that phthalo blue, yellow, and yellow. And it has just a little bit of regular blue in it too. But I'm just going to put it in on the tops of this tree. Put it in very simple. Come over here. About these shapes, just keeping them as shapes. And go back in here a little bit more on here. Just a little bit up there. A lot of the sky is going to do a lot of come in here and make a clean up and stuff. No, I don't want to do too much at the top here because it's just going to get kind of green when I put the sky in. Sky is going to make this stuff and just kind of mess up some stuff. So I'll probably have to go back and repaint this stuff. So I'm going to keep this kind of this color right here. I'm just going to a couple of those hot of you get light green. And this right here, this is going around this one, going around here. Just going to keep it coming a little bit. Since I'm right there, I can put this back here. I don't think I'm going to put that tree in too much more. That's going to, a lot of that tree is going to be light blues and going to have a lot of sky in it. So I can put that in later. It's just in the far back and it's not really impeding the rest of the painting yet. But I'm gonna just put in this guy here. This is what I was talking about putting in with just a couple strokes. Doesn't deserve a whole lot of more than that. Maybe, a little lighter. clean the brush. Let's get this front edge of it. And then I just put just a little bit of a Venetian into this blue I had, just to do the front edge of the building. Then I'm going to go back in and do the shiny tin roof real quick. And that's just blue and white and just a little bit of what is that? That's alizarin there? Probably alizarin. And just give it a couple strokes here. Maybe just a touch of periwinkle. That kind of periwinkle that right at the edge here. So that little there is that right. Behind it is a pole bar, another pole bar. And I'm thinking, let go. You can't even see it. There's just like a sliver of side to it, and then the rest is kind of a roof. And I'm just going to go with a little bit of blue and just a little bit of umber together. To make that roof, and it's just a little, just a little swatch of color there. Then maybe just put a little bit of sky reflecting into that color. Push it in, just drag it across. All right, front of that barn. Wait. Here's a highlight there for the barn door. Anything else? You can't see anything else there. I can't see anything else. There's nothing else there. It's just mostly tree covering it up. So let's do that. More tree covering it in. Yes?
You don't plan to go over the barns or the blocks that you're putting in anymore, right?
Right here? No, I'm not doing any. That's when I think when everything else, I get everything else around it. Yeah, you won't need, I'm not going to do anything more to them. Probably. Don't hold me to it, but yeah, I kind of try not to do anything else. I got, there's enough greens here to bring in here. Now I'm just going back in with that same phthalo green and mix where I had alizarin crimson blue, and then I added a little phthalo to it and stuff. Now I'm just going in just with a bristle, and I'm just putting it in just a little thicker because it was so watery. But I want to keep some of this thinness over here up top. I just want to hit these little areas down here just a little heavier with paint, a little heavier paint.
Okay, so I have another question. So how you're blocking in, well, this is
Yeah.
what, this is what I can't do, is like when I block in the entire thing, I get lost. Like, where do I go back and what's the next thing I do to bring it forward? So For example, when you started in the tractor, I probably would have stayed in the tractor and finished it before I went anywhere else, right? And I still do
Yeah.
that. I can't seem to figure out how to do the entire blocking and still stay organized.
Yeah, yeah. I always work with the idea of shapes more than anything else. And when I know that shape, I've already have it designed and stuff. I know where it is in my painting. And then when I'm going back in here, these shapes here, since they're the distance and stuff, if I can control those guys, these guys don't jump out at me, I know I can get the contrast up in this guy. So I'm just trying to get from here to here settled in my head so I can do the rest, get the steps in between. So yeah, it's, blocking it in and stuff. I have a lot of trust in my drawing skills, I guess, that I know I'm going to be able to,
Maybe that's
figure
what it is. Okay.
figure out how to cut into this guy enough,
Mhm.
work the outs. It's oils too. It's so forgiving that you got to really think about, have that in your back pocket too, that you got a nice forgiving medium that you don't have to be perfect at the first time. But that thing is the better you can get it at the first time, really is really like, yeah, it's going to be, you can keep it a lot simpler as you go.
Mhm.
But you have pretty great drawing skills. It just this should settle you down a little bit. I mean, I think you should be able to get
I
there
guess I
really
should
quickly.
just practice. Yeah. But you
Yeah,
nailed
well,
it. I think my drawing, the faith in my drawing is what's lacking, probably.
it could, yeah, it definitely could be, and you definitely, I know a lot of you guys have these really a lot better skills than you think you have, drawing wise and stuff. Uh, Getting hard, just trying to keep a couple strokes that are just getting too much going this way. They need to go up this way a little bit too. Got to be reaching a little bit. Move it out for a second before I can get back in here. This is just a little heavier, that blue green. Now I'm going to go, I mixed up the wrong color at one time. I had just a little bit too much yellow into it. Let me see if I can find it here. I want to push that in here. Start being the tree back here, start working around the shape. Just thinking about the shape I'm painting. Don't get too heavy over here, too dark. It's okay there. I got some lights coming in. Keep it like that. Maybe one right here. All right. Now I can move on to this tractor. I'm not going to worry about the highlights in this green here stuff. I'll get them in pretty simply too. I want to get a little more red. A little more red behind here too. Right in there. All right. gonna have to come over here a little bit. I gotta see this corner. Got a big glare coming down on me right here. But it's not too glary for you guys, right? Good. Doesn't look too bad. It's just a little tilted, but you know, hey,
It's pretty clear today.
yeah, a little bit better than it was last time. I'm gonna go a little bit darker just to get this front end here. You know, this is the same color, but just a little bit of cad red added to it. This is my shadow here. I'm just gonna start bringing it in. And the nice thing about this one, you know, is the details in there. The less we show, the better it's going to be. If you can catch the highlights just in the right spots, you'll be all right. There's just like one simple medium. It's probably this. Just a little cad red into these darks, but I don't have the right brush for it. It has to be put in with a synthetic. You need really clean, carved out edges for the guts of the engine, and they just need to be in the right spots. I mean, just these little cuts and stuff. But I want to put some of this part of the engine in here, body of the thing, and with this bristle brush, because I want the red to go in right. This is getting the seat back there. That inside the wheel is red too, but that's really a darker red. Almost with a purple with just a little bit of red into it. You almost can't even tell the line here from in these tires. I mean the line between you know, the tire and the insides here, they're so dark that they can, you know, don't have to do too much work there. Take this all the way, mix these two boxes together a little bit. Not missing anybody. Got that one. This one went up a little high. It should probably go down. Yeah. Three tractors and then one back here. And again. That's a box. Let's go down. Let's get some green in here too first. Tire comes out in front of it pretty good. It comes out more in that area. Drawing circles and stuff too. Just really just twisting your brush. Don't work too hard on those guys.
Jim, what color are you using for the tires?
Right here, this
Yeah.
right now, the alizarin crimson blue, one of the first colors I made.
Oh,
Alizarin
right.
crimson blue.
Yes, it's kind of a purpley. Yeah.
Yeah, very purpley and stuff. It's going in. I'm using it here. I also have probably since I've been working over here, that has just a little bit of Venetian probably mixed into it too now. And in this tire here, I know I see some warmth right in here and stuff, and it's darker right there. And then it got a little bit of green highlight on it, probably, you know, for the, you know, right in the front here. Just feels like it just gives a little bit of green into this highlight. And then there's green, of course, going through the cut. So let's just put that in and think about it as a sky hole too. You know, anything seeing through there and being right here in the same grass as this has to go darker just because of it's got dark around it and stuff to be able to be in the same, feel like it's in the same plane. So a lot of concepts about paint, like, you know, sky holes and stuff up here, they affect, they're, you know, you're everywhere too, to think about them and stuff. So they, you know, you can be used, should be used everywhere, that kind of thinking. Always trying to see what's on my brush too with these mixes and stuff. Sometimes when you get done with a stroke, you see what color you got there and you go, well, that color probably can go right into here too. So instead of just wiping my brush off, I will think about just pushing it in there for now. Maybe it can help me along, help the paint along. All right. Now, yeah, that's pretty good. That's, you know, that's a good solid part of that tractor there. I think I went a little hard here. There's a little, push some of this green back down here again, a little bit farther down. I can always take it back up, but I want to get some of that green, because I got green on my brush right now. Just get that back behind these red tractors there. All right. Pick these spots up just a little bit more. A little green above that guy. Okay. Let's get this at an angle. A little bit more of an angle. Okay. Rose, you done yet?
I'm lost in my sky. I keep going over my sky.
I told you not to put the sky in.
I like
told you, don't put that sky. I knew I had to check on you. I knew it.
You
All
got
right.
me.
I knew I'd catch you. I know. I knew it. I knew it. All right. I'm going to go to my big number 12 rosemary in synthetic here, the ivory. Got a couple bad bristles sticking out here. Push them back in. I'm going to start working on this guy a little bit. Basically, I'm going to look at this insides of the guts of this engine, and they just have to be a few spots. They just got to hit a few little areas here. I'm going to blow it up on my monitor. The nice thing is I'm working off my monitor over here. I can blow up this little area here and really see what's in there and what that they, you know, you got this, the driver's wheel going from right here and going all the way up. I won't put that in yet, but basically that there are basically simple little blocks of red that go in here. And just by changing my brush, I can use basically that same color of alizarin crimson blue and just a little bit, just a little bit of Venetian in there, warm it up. And I can, you know, go in here and just create that box shape. If I put down the paint right, I can put it in there. I didn't mix enough paint on that. Just didn't put it in thick enough. Just wiped it off. Just make a few little spots here. Got a little glare coming in from this light over here. Let me hit C. That's about it. That's all I have to do right there.
Is
Now I'm
this
gonna go with that.
the one you, sorry, question. I thought you wanted to use your soft brush for it, no?
I did use the bristle for putting it in, the square and stuff, but now I want to cut into the paint. So that's why I'm bringing out my synthetic. And speaking of cutting in, we have a new guest. A guest. Oh God, he's happy. Look at him. Oh God. Here he comes. Our barn dog.
Whoa! The handsome one of the family. Look at that.
Yes. Yes.
He's very cute.
Oh my God, he has grown from last week.
Oh, yes. He's
Have
tripled
you
in
noticed
size.
change in the head and the proportions?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he's getting a little weird because his paws are getting bigger. You know,
Oh yeah,
and
he's
so
gonna be big.
he got
he's gonna
these
be
big
big.
paws, skinny legs, and stuff. His body's getting longer and skinnier, but he's still eating like crazy, trying to make up for it and eating everything.
Very cute.
Yeah, you got him when he's very very calm here, aren't you?
He's very
he's not.
mellow all the time, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, all the time. You get him outside, let him run. He'll go nuts on you. Thank you.
He's very sweet. Thank you for showing him.
Oh, no problem. Karen, how good to hear from you. All right, let's see how I'm looking at this. That was good because sometimes I just need a little break to get back from it. You see what's going on. Seeing that this guy lifts up a little bit, not bad. You know, I can see the progression going back and stuff. This back here is definitely going to need some work and stuff. Hopefully, I'm trying not to have to do too much more work back in that blue area. Buildings are basically done. There's probably just a little trim on this building here. We're talking just one stroke. That's the kind of things that if it's only one stroke, leave it alone. Go on, you got bigger fish to fry right now. So let's start working on this guy. If I can nail this guy, this tractor, all these other tractors are going to need to get half the, not even half the strokes. They're going to get like a third of the strokes I'm going to use on this guy. And basically, he has a lot of good stuff going in there. What I like about it is there's some really good transparency going on. Let me see, here it is. So I'm going to go with like a number 10 brush. 10, 8. Rosemary 8. Make sure I got all the paint off it from last week. And what I'm going to do is just paint this front in. And this is that cad red, a little bit of blue, a little bit of burnt umber, a little bit of white. And I just want to lay it in here. A little heavier than that. A little more paint. More paint as I go around. Comes down. The thing is, it goes back just a little bit. Let's go drawing wise. Comes up here. So I'm just gonna hit these areas here. And go just a little bit shade darker. And then there's a highlight that goes on top of that. So Karen Martell, are you painting with us, or what are you doing?
I am not painting with you, but I'm working on something else.
Which one? What are you working on?
I'm still working on the boats.
Oh, you went back to the boats, really?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I have not felt like painting much, so I haven't done much during the week.
Oh, one of those. One of those. I see. I have a few of those. Like it's kind of, you know. I think it goes with your name being Karen.
Could be.
Yes, our Karens are hard on the follow through.
Yeah. Trying to get you guys to keep going. But anyway, so what's everybody doing for Easter here?
Yeah, sheltering in place.
That's a good question, because one of our daughters wants to have nothing to do with us. One of us wants to come over. One of us wants to have Easter. One of us wants to not. I don't know what we're going to do. Is everyone else just gonna? Because my husband says he's sick of sheltering in place with me.
Oh, he's ready to go, huh?
He's ready to
break.
get
He's gonna break.
I don't know what to do. Is anyone else celebrating Easter? Or everyone's just staying with
I'm
nothing?
going to celebrate Easter by breathing.
By breathing, okay, that's your goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Ellen probably has some really big plans. She always has.
Ellen, yeah, Ellen. How about your two sons? Are they staying?
Yeah, no, we're not getting together. We're also focusing just on breathing.
Oh, okay.
I've never had so much fun breathing before. It's really,
It's
Every day
amazing.
you wake up and you're still alive, huh?
yeah.
So far.
My
Still
son knows
alive
somebody
and
would do it.
still alive and still healthy. Thank goodness.
That's it. That's Easter.
Yeah. Well, they said some people are going to go to church no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
oh well.
some people are going to die no matter what, so they can be the no matter what.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of church online.
That's true.
Yeah. Just send in your donations.
Yeah,
you-
right.
Worried about.
Unfortunately, the people who attend church often don't have the computer capabilities. Like I'm on this computer because the other ones have one or the other. Either you can hear or you can talk, but you can't do both.
I had that same problem. I only have two computers that will work and do this. It's weird.
I just use my iPad for everything. iPad works fabulous for all this stuff.
And unfortunately, a lot of the churchgoers don't have an iPad and don't know how to use this stuff.
Can you believe that? They don't believe in iPads? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying people who go to church often don't, because they're often older.
I resemble that.
I mean, I didn't even know what Zoom was until a few weeks ago, and now we use it all the time.
Yeah, neither did anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't even around, like what the hell is it?
Yeah, they're
And when I mentioned Zoom to my son, he said, well, I've been using it for several years to talk with people in India.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it
But
works internationally then, huh?
Yeah,
Well, they found that now there's a lot of security issues. Luckily, we're
I've-
not
I've
giving
heard that.
secret information out, but evidently security is
Yeah.
a problem. We have open sessions, so it doesn't matter if somebody's listening in on us, but
Well,
I
yeah,
guess it doesn't matter.
that and people bombing it with porn and stuff.
Yeah, boy, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, they won't come to us. No, they don't. They just go to these meetings. And
We're not worth it.
we don't get any satisfaction.
Now I'm disappointed. Okay.
Okay, I just with this brush, I'm able to really just cut in here and start making the details and stuff. It's all just because this rosemary brush is synthetic, the way I have the paints in here. Now this one kind of like is like a plow. It kind of pushes all the paint. The paint mixes very little in one stroke. So if I can, just draw that edge here, I can pretty much do everything I need. Oh, a little heavy there. Back in here, just good comes in handy for these kind of little things, putting in highlights and moving around here.
So that diagonal is part of the tractor, right?
Right, this back here.
I mean, you haven't put it in yet, but it's obvious in the picture. There's like a diagonal from the center of the side.
Oh, that. Yeah, that is the steering wheel.
Oh, that's the
So it
steering.
goes all the way through, right here.
Oh,
And that will be, that, like I said, that's going to be just one. I'm just going to use my knife for the basic darkness, and red, and red under, and then I'm just going to hit the highlight. Okay. And I'm just going to put this in real quick. Get the top of this tractor.
so I'm sorry, the top color, I'm not sure how you combine the sun with the sky with everything else.
Yeah,
What
you see
color
it.
did you put?
Yeah, I just did it. Thank God I can do these things.
So what color is that highlight?
Oh, now you want to know what color it is.
Yes.
It is cad red, a little bit of blue, and white. Then there was just maybe just a touch of yellow too. I think I just threw in a little more yellow into it. Basically, I want to just keep this coming here and just start defining this front edge just a little bit more. And getting this bringing it down to getting that highlight right there. Then it has just it's hard to do it right here. I put it in with my knife, with my brush. I almost have to just take it and talking about this. There's this little highlight underneath the base, the big swoop here, and you get it in. I almost have to put my brush down straight down, trusting the spot of my paint, put it in the right spot, and pulling it straight back out. Just a little bit. This is the kind of stuff that nice little finishing ideas that help that whole area become something. Now right here, I don't know if you can see right there. I'm doing right there. There's a light that's on here. I could see it now. I couldn't see it on the photo. It's right here. There's a little light right here in the dark. Basically, it's just highlight, half moon highlight. And then just a little bit of grass color right here in the middle. Might be a little bit. Okay. Karen was right about putting this guy in. I'm going to put him in my knife. Put this guy in with my knife here. See where he goes. He goes right here. If I just draw it out, draw it out, just a little too heavy. Karen, you ruined my painting.
Mine too.
Okay. You.
Gotta have someone to blame.
I tell you, I don't want to take any blame. Push it back around here. I got a little nervous on doing it with my, used too big a knife there. If I can put the highlight in, I'm going to put the highlight in though with that. Didn't go in. Not enough paint. Okay. Well, there's just a few dark areas there. All right. I'm gonna get back that back wheel just before I leave this area. Jump back in and move into the grass. There. There's a purple highlight. A little more green in there, but a little too purple. We'll gray it out. Sorry to jump in here. Darken in the rest of this here. Okay. Bring it back in. I missed some of the darks underneath here too. Okay.
Yeah, how do you differ? I'm putting the darks underneath and it looks like part of the tractor. So how does one differentiate between the two? Just by color?
Yeah, just by color. A warm red. This is a red and this is a green, basically. Which one are you talking about now, Karen? You're talking about the grass?
And the front tractor, you're putting the dark underneath it. And to me, it looks almost like part of the tractor because I can't see the difference in color.
This right here?
No,
this is
towards the left, your left. Yeah, there, only 2 inches to the right from the back wheel. There, you're putting darks in there, but they're to me they're very close to the. I almost. I understand they're there.
Part of
they look like the part of the tractor.
It is. It is. This is pretty much the back wheel, kind of like the back wheel.
Oh.
And this went a little bit far, but I was looking a little bit. It's probably this other tractor right here showing through. But since I'm not painting that, I just, it doesn't make a difference. I'll catch it with the green stuff. There are a few other little attachments here right here going on, like attachments to and stuff, but I'm not going to think of worry about those guys right now. I don't think they're that important. I want to just hit a couple good spots here, then keep going with my greens. I mean, my purples and stuff, and just kind of indicate the rest of these tractors here. This one here, gonna be more just strokes, straight down and brush strokes.
So I have a question about the tractor. So there's one wheel in front and two in the back. Is that true?
Yeah, some of them have two wheels in front, two small wheels, and two big ones in the back.
Okay.
But I can't see on this one if it had. This is more of a single wheel, it looks like. But I know there are other ones too.
So one in the front, two in the back on the front
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah, for this guy. For this one we're painting, yeah. Let's go. We're doing that. We're going with that, Karen. We're going with that.
How many wheels again, Jim?
I'm going to go with 6. It's just 6-wheeler.
How many in the middle?
15. It's a 15-wheeler now. We're just going to keep. Now you're adding math. Don't add math into my thing here. I'm not.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
But it is true. I mean, till you explained the back wheel, the second one, till you explained, I was wondering about that one too. But now, once you said it, it makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Well, I didn't really think about it quite as much as I did till I was starting putting it in, wondering, well, then I forgot, oh yeah, I took away that one tractor right next to it and stuff. So that could be, that's probably what it is. So, are you guys working off your monitors too, or what are you guys painting off of? You guys just painting off of photos or just copying me?
I printed it 8x10, which makes
Yeah.
it much easier to see what's going. I have a very good laser color printer, and printing it 8x10 really helps.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of the detail that way.
Oh,
Okay.
good. I'll use that as an excuse for why I don't have the detail.
Yeah, I'm just guessing along with some of the strokes you're doing, Jim.
Oh, come on, guys. Really? I gave you guys almost 3 hours to get that thing printed. Yeah, my monitor is probably the best way to go. If you can get a computer monitor or an iPad, put it up there and use that, you'll be able to really be able to see all the stuff I'm seeing. So, but I don't want you guys to paint as good as me, so I'm not going to tell you what. I'm just working off this. That's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm going with a little lighter. Yeah. Yes, it's just
I like the way you did that. You put your emphasis on the one tractor. I like that. Rather than having it divided amongst all of them it was confusing.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to come back and these guys are just going to get just a little bit of love. This guy still has a lot more love to get. Especially when you start putting in some of the air vents in here and stuff. How easy you kind of take it away. But he's pretty much it. I mean, there is a stack or always this little thing that goes back in here. That it will get and stuff too. But these other guys we're going to use our grasses to their full ability to cover up most of these guys. And these guys are just going to be little dashes and stuff. And as we go back even into here, these guys are going to get less dashes, just Just a little highlight here and there. Oh, and then I didn't. How far are we now? Oh, we can still get. We have plenty of time. You guys don't have anything to do now because you got to use. All said you're not doing it, so we don't have to worry about making any Easter bonnets or anything.
Resting in
Get on
place
my
is not so easy.
mask.
Yeah. I think I'll just watch some religious movies or something. You know?
You can watch Andrew Bocelli tomorrow on YouTube sing from Milan from a cathedral. It's just like church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that counts for church. That's what my mother.
Okay. It counts.
Well, that's what my mom is gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. All right. Cleaning this up just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna bring some grasses in. I'll just try to get a move on here because you guys are probably gonna run down. Is that tractor long enough, wide enough? It'll probably look like I get squished up a little bit back here. I'm working at an angle. That's my excuse. So everything is, it looks fine from here, but as soon as you come over here, it goes, ah! All right, I'm gonna go back, use my big brush, and then I'm gonna put in some grasses real quick. The grasses and put in this box and goopy stuff since I got the greens here. See, I worked one of that stuff in here first, and now I'm gonna work this stuff back into it. Trying to let some of that stuff mix in and be part of the paint. Some of this looseness. And then every once in a while, just drag it in over that tire. And this is just a light green mix of probably phthalo blue and yellow, a lot of yellow. This one is, and I also have this one, which is the little bit of burnt umber, yellow, and then sky into it. And you can see how it's just a little bit cooler than that one was. And that's going to start coming in and back in here. There's really no shadow there. That's just some grasses. And one little in there. Put some more greens back in here and behind here. See where I gotta go. Only a couple spots here, got perfect. I'm just wondering. Get some of these highlights going back in over here. This will be a plant going up in the middle here. So Ellen, we're going to see something today from you?
No.
Ellen.
As a matter of fact, no. No, I'll send a photo. I've been working on a couple of different things.
Okay. You can now, like I said, you can put them up on our, if you want to sign into that Facebook group. You can put them up there and we can let Rose rip into them.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
No, Rose, you will.
You could have multiple people criticizing instead of
Yeah,
just
that would
one.
be great.
Well, that's the whole thing. So did you guys all get my my email then or from it?
Oh, I didn't get it.
It didn't come through?
I don't think
Okay.
The
I
only
will
thing
send-
I saw was something about 30 paintings in 30 days, and I thought, you're kidding, right? So.
I'm just posting 30 paintings.
Oh.
I'm not gonna paint them anymore. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. So what's the name of this group?
The group's it's really tough one. It's James Swanson student painting group.
Okay.
It's only for you guys. Nobody else will see this stuff. It's a very private, very influential group.
Yeah, James Swanson Student Soil, I thought.
Yeah, student.
Go to the oil student
Are
group.
you going to show us last week's finished? I want to see what you did after, because you said you put 6 more hours into it. I'd like to see what you did.
You got time right now, Karen? You're right in front. You're looking. You watching?
You can finish this. This is beautiful.
I'm 3/4 of the way there in this one. This one's just got a little more. I really probably have to look at this back end a little bit more, but it's a tractor. If I hit a few highlights, I think it'll be fine. This is probably the main thing pointing me into it and stuff, and getting back into here and this road. Like this road is just like if I was painting the sky or clouds or anything else and stuff. I want to use about that same kind of thinking. Just really darks underneath, lights on top, so it just jumps. Okay, Karen. This guy.
Oh, gorgeous.
Nice.
That is awesome. That's just awesome.
Yeah.
I like the way you brushed all the folds in the clothes and the hat. The
Yeah.
face is so hard to get the highlights.
That is the toughest little area.
Couldn't figure it out.
If you gotta chisel them out, and they should keep them very clean. That's the whole thing. There was only 3 colors in to make to change that face. And you had the dark, you had the light, and then you had this just a little cooler color right there underneath the cheek. It was trying to keep it very simple because everything else I got very complicated, putting in the cars and stuff. I really, sorry guys, I thought that was going to be a lot simpler than it was, and it took a lot more drawing than was. There is one thing I did computer-wise when I got this to this before I put in this fence and stuff. I took a photograph of this, and I went into Photoshop or Procreate, which whenever you have, and I brought it up there, and I just drew it in on the monitor and stuff to see if it was going to be worthwhile to put it in. Because, that was a big thing. Do I put this lady in and put this thing in? Because I had the cars all done. I just, I had to put a fence going across it. And I go, well, is it going to really add to it?
Is this a 16 by 20?
Hmm?
Is it a 16 by 20?
Yeah, this is 16 by 20.
Yeah, and 11 by 14.
This is a house. This
A
is
lot of
really
information. I couldn't find the room for it. So I streamlined it a little.
Yeah. So
Love
Okay.
it.
Beautiful.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that one turned out gorgeous.
Yeah. Yours did too. You did really well. She has hers up in the group and stuff. So everybody else has to. All right, I'm gonna put in this box. Go back here real quick. Put in my box. This boxes and this stuff right here. I'm gonna try. I got some green. I'm wiping off here. And find out where that box is. It goes from here to there. Just a little greener though. Thought I'd pick up a little more green under it. Then it kind of goes red. Got a little
That's
pinky.
a pretty big box.
I like big boxes. I think they're presents. You got a big present in it.
What does that
Probably
add
a
to,
bookcase.
what does
you're
that
right.
add to the painting, Jim?
Realism. It doesn't add a whole lot to it. It really doesn't. But it's just, I'm thinking, I'm just trying, okay?
It could read as like a raised bed, like
Yeah,
flower
it could.
bed.
It's a little bit of anything.
It's
I'm
just
just
breaking up that continuity. I think that's how you're thinking.
It's nice to have some, like you said, to fill this area up just a little bit more with. It kind of goes with everything else being junky stuff too. But I can understand why you don't have to put it in, guys. Just like you didn't have to put the cars in the parking lot. You don't, it's what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I skipped to the stroller lady. I skipped
Yeah,
that.
my wife was still wondering why I put that stuff in. Why'd you do that? I don't know. I just got going. Yeah, the stroller lady was another thing. Do you put that in?
But it's in yours. I think in the original, I didn't put it in because I felt like a chicken. That's why. But in the original composition, the eyes come back to the boy with the stroller lady.
It does help, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so it made sense in the composition. I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
You mean you couldn't get over being chicken?
Yeah, you got it.
That's when you do. That's when I do. That's when I go to the computer and I go, okay, what if I do this, do that? God, because I work on the computer a lot during the week and stuff, and just like you get going on, you start painting and stuff, and you go, wait, I got to make a decision here, life or death here, a decision on this painting, and you go, I only get one shot at it. I can't just go, Command Z and start all over. So yeah. So that's why I take a picture of it and go back and do some things and go, maybe this will work better.
Do you use Photoshop?
I use Photoshop or I use Procreate, depending if I'm on the iPad or whatever. iPad, the Procreate works out really well, except for figuring out these little things like, okay, should I take this box out I just put in? I don't know. I have to see what, Karen, what do you think? Take it out or leave it in?
Well, once it's in, leave it.
There you go.
Yeah, I say the same thing.
But I probably wouldn't put it in.
That's the difference between you and me. Right
That's
there.
true.
Right
Actually,
there.
I prefer the focus on the tractor.
But you can make the box believable. To me, I tried to put it in. It looked like a piece of trash, so I took it out.
It is supposed
It looked
to
like nothing. I mean, it didn't even look like a box.
It's two color, it's, and I just I'm just going to put in some grasses going into it. This is back in here. This little white thing is basically a bucket, and this other thing's a bucket thing too. So it's like probably goofy little things these guys had. I mean, it's fun. Just going through these, driving around up there and stuff, the things people have in their yards and stuff. Like a lot of people up there in Michigan, they have guys have like yard sales constantly. There's always a yard sale going on. The whole front yard.
Area is it?
This is near South Haven, just east of South Haven. And oh yeah, you're from Michigan. This is yeah. This is what they got there in the middle of Detroit, right?
South Haven is about 4 hours from me. I am like all the way by Windsor.
Oh, are you?
Windsor is about like 45 minutes from.
Really?
From me. Yeah.
You can go to Canada anytime, right?
Pretty much. I mean, our work has people coming from Windsor. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then you said that a lot of them are going to be coming from Italy, right?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Italy is there. They've been here. That merger happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, right? No.
Okay. Yeah.
7 years
that
ago.
one. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna put in a few of these guys going back in here. Just to kind of get that, help to find this tractor out just a little bit more. I still got a couple highlights and stuff I'd like to do on them. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good up solid. Okay with that. These guys just need these grasses in the front. Just need a few more highlights.
I see you didn't make the, oops, more paint on the floor.
No!
I see you didn't make the road as light as the picture has it.
Not yet, Karen. I put it in dark. I am going.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I'm moving right there, Karen. I'm right there.
Now I made a big mess on the floor.
Are you going to put in more brighter tree behind the tractor?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna put those in. I just started here. Yeah, it's gonna come in heavy, but I just want to put those in with a bristle brush because I want them to kind of go soft, and I want to kind of get almost like if we're doing sponges, I want to put them in and let the bristles do it. This one I wanted to, as a little closer here. I want them have a little bit sharper edge. So that's why I was going with the little bit of the synthetic in front here, just to get a few cuts and stuff. But before so I'll do that in a second. But let's get Karen happy here. Because Karen's complaining back there. She's gonna start complaining. I'll lose Karen real quick. I mean, I already lost Ellen a long time ago. She won't talk to us. So let's go back in here. Let me see if I got these colors right here. But this is when I was saying I wanted to put these guys in with the synthetic. I wanted to put the basics underneath with my bristle brush. But then when I come back in and I do like spots like this in there, that's what I want to fill in with. And then it gets, let it go a little bit. And then hit the rest. This has got a lot of pink in it. Here's the color right in here. See, now the paint's going in very thick. It has to go in a lot thicker to get in here. And over here, I'm not gonna, it's very flat right in there. So I'm not gonna, I'll let my strokes do a little bit more work here and let it be a little more fun than it would be. And Sabrina, when you get here, I want to see all these tire tracks in here. Okay? I want to see each one of these tire tracks. And each one of these tires is a different make of tire too, okay? So some of these are, this one right here, you can tell was a winterized one. And then there's summer.
It
So,
had chain on it.
yeah, you're right. See? I want that. I want that from you. I'm
How
expecting.
many in the front? How many in the front, Jim?
Don't go there, Ron. Don't go there.
I'm just asking.
So I'm just gonna get a few spots here on the edge. I like the gold showing through and stuff, so just gonna weave a few strokes in here. Just slightly different colors. This one here, I want to be a little stronger. So if you can figure out like a couple, in here, just break this down into strokes, as I think I'm doing here. So, I can't see it from that angle. It goes right through. I start seeing these as a stroke. This is a stroke. This is a stroke. This is a stroke. Strokes coming in, and then this is just going to be kind of a big shake going back. But keeping some strokes in here, making it interesting. I could still leave that up there since I'm not painting up there anymore right now. But I'm just going to finish going back here. And as farther I go, the pinker it's going to get. Let's put it in. That'll work. That worked. Oh, I might have to go back and do it. Just a little more right here. Or I gotta take away from this guy. Then just break into this dark just a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Just a little warmth here. And it's fall apart. Cut across a little more. What? Oh. Too close together. Put that one out. No, just a few strokes. Yeah. Might even go in here with my knife and cut a few things in too. Put in some of the grasses. Bring that pothole back in. Back in here, back in here. I'm going to tone it down, go a little bit of, not going to be quite as bright. We started there, we're going to finish pretty much here. Just a little bit there, right behind here. Oh, there you go. Now, set back in here. I want to just hit a couple highlights.
Did you mean to lose your purple shadow of that tall tree in the back?
This one?
Yeah, so the shadow on the street.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I got to come back to it and stuff. Yeah,
okay.
it just got a little mushed in here and stuff. I also got
Yeah.
It's also this just the green in this guy here. It has to be a little, since it's catching so much so much shadow. It has to go almost a little purpler. Or that's just too light. But yeah, more than that. I'm going to bring that into here too a little bit. Just a little coolers. Okay. Now, back in there, I'm just going to get a couple. There's just a couple little vertical little things and a couple little horizontal things. I just want to hit the highlights on, and that's I'm not going to go back in. Basically, there's a whole nother house back in here to deal with, and I don't think it's going to, be really anything. I think what my imagination was that these are trees back in here. I can stuff some light going back there. I like that idea more than just going and building a little house another house back in here. I just too much. So I'm going to go back, put that little red little spot in here. I would think even maybe a person the road
With the fishing pole.
yeah, I'll use them again, use them still in my mind.
I'm thinking Rose should put in an entire birthday party of kids.
That,
With masks
that-
on.
I think she should.
Yeah,
That's a challenge.
that would make the painting.
That is exactly what he's going to have to do.
Yep, I think so.
Got it.
Are you on it? All right.
Rose isn't even going to touch that one. She just said, got it, okay.
I don't know. Yeah. Start to expect things from her, and then she wants to start doing that to us.
One thing she got straight is
I'm still trying to figure out how do you do the FaceTime thing? The Facebook.
Oh, the Facebook thing?
Yeah.
I will send you an invite again. Resend it to you.
All right.
And I have to invite you. I thought I think I got you in Facebook. You might have to go to on Facebook and look at it.
Okay.
So just go to Facebook and your website then?
What's that?
In order to drop some photos of the paintings we're doing, just go to your website and look for this oil student painting group.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be on Facebook.
Okay.
And I will basically on there too. I will post the photos again for you in case you guys didn't get them. Because I think when I sent this one, I sent them with the attachment. And I don't know if did you guys not get the attachment? Did the attachment not come through?
It came through for me.
Okay, then you guys quit complaining.
Just don't know what to do with the attachment.
The Facebook
Jim,
one.
you know what I'm still
Jim?
waiting for?
What?
I'm waiting for the very first painting with the birch trees. I basically did like a third of it, and I'm waiting to see your finished product again. You showed it to us, but you'd never posted it. I need to have it. I need to print it out and use it, if you don't mind.
There you are. As you could tell, I did nothing on it.
No, you did a lot on it. You did a lot more than I did. But if you don't want to
What type of
post,
panel is it?
You kidding? Oh,
I taped this. This is just taped on the back of a panel.
way to do it.
This is like a 20 by 16
Oh, wow.
painting. This is a 18 by 24. So I have
Uh-huh.
a little room there. And it's the back of a painting. Who cares? You know, I just got a little paint on the outsides.
Oh, neat.
So you're painting on linen now? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I am painting on the linen yet too. Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm still painting on good stuff. It just doesn't have to be. It's just taped on here. So I'm just putting in a few things back in here. I'm thinking, and I'll put in a few darks and just a couple highlights. Now, I think a couple red things are always going to draw your eyes, and you know, just little glints. It almost, I think I put them in with a knife. Sometimes I can put them in smaller, and I think they just hold a little bit more weight.
no, I think you made the tire on that front tractor a lot bigger. It looks than it is in the photo. It looks better to me. I like
Bigger?
it.
Color.
Yeah, don't you think you made the tire a little? But that's okay. I like it because mine looks like kind of insignificant. So I need to fix
Yeah, I like it better too. I like your painting, the tractor.
I like your painting better. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
You
your,
improved on the
your,
photo.
your tire, your first one is more convincing as a tractor.
Yeah.
yeah. If you get one, I can do the rest on these things. Going to be all highlights. They're just going to be highlights. In here, back in here, God, this distance and stuff. I just want to hit a couple little glints, and that's why if I put them in with a knife, it comes off just like that. There's a couple of horizontal little stripes here, and I'm putting in with the little almost sky color, just a little bit of blue in it, blue and white, and just putting things in. Then I might find a little of that periwinkle I was talking about. Put a few spots in here just to break up this thing. It's going to be and then I was thinking one vertical. All right. That probably should have a window on it somehow. And that'll be it on that. Yes, that's right.
Jim, if you do decide to put a figure on it, could you please send a picture of the reference?
It's in my head. I'll send you my head. I'll picture my head. That's all you're gonna get. Yeah, if I put a person in here, it's gonna be. I'll use a smaller square brush, and I'll put them in probably right here. I'd say she's gonna have a red top. So I'll use a little cad red and a little bit of this thing here. And no, she's gonna have her bottom. She's gonna wear a red dress. Right there.
I don't think people in south of New Haven wears a red dress right next to series of tractors.
Don't you give me no. Don't. No.
Oh, she's being logical again.
Already, she's just going right there for it.
I'm joking.
There. That's all you need to do. Now, just a little dark. She's wearing tractor colors. Give her a basket. Give her a little, I'll give her a ponytail. No.
Well, you can make it Amish and go with the dress there.
Ooh.
With the clothes.
Yes,
good.
Jim.
Well, you
Next,
can't have
next time we
you
want to
have
do
track-
Amish figure.
You
That's a great
can't-
idea.
You can't have tractors, ladies.
I don't think the Amish are allowed tractors, so there's a problem.
Yeah. See? You ran off the bed. You guys, God. So what do you guys want to paint next week? What do you guys want me to think about looking for?
Something a little simpler.
Simpler.
Yeah.
You guys are my superstar. You guys are supposed to be give me something harder.
How about water and boat and piers with a person or two?
Okay.
Oh, people.
There we go. Boats, people, and tough
Water.
things. And water.
Let's paint one with kayaks.
Oh yeah, there we
really
go.
love- right.
Oh, yeah, Ron, it's your specialty.
There you go. I really
Like
love the one
kayak
that you did.
on the Chicago River.
Right. What I
just
was going to
figured
say, Jim,
What?
back in the day, you did several of the main like fishery scenes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so we could revise those pictures and draw from there if you want. I really like those scenes.
Okay. I can look for some stuff like that. I mean, there's always some
Well,
good,
that's just
goofy stuff.
recommendation. Don't just go with mine. You know, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking of those.
That kind of stuff. That's good. Good. No problem. See, you like my girl? I just got to put a little highlight on her. So she's just coming into the light here.
Oh, I'm not doing that, by the way. Disclaimer.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you're doing over there.
And I just give her, hey, yeah, well, no.
Is it really a person?
It is now. I was thinking, just a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be, if they're not in the front, they have to be painted like everything else in that section. Like, she can't jump out at me. I mean, anyway, let's get back to the important things. So we got a little bit of a thing back there. We got some distance. It's probably got to bring it up just a little bit more work in here. But I want to show the bristle section here. So I'm going to how I use the bristle brush to get the rest of these trees in. So I'm going to use my big bristle brush, and I got that green with that has just a little bit of sky in it. Well, I got to use this one over here. I got to make that up. And I'll paint the sky in a few too, probably. I'm just gonna start bringing that in angles. Just bring it in softly. Oh, this is a different tree. I gotta. Okay. I need to bring it down there. Got a lot of glare in me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut in front here. I can't see. This is where the bristle comes in really handy for this kind of stuff because it's just the bristles are all over the place.
Sure.
where, you know, the synthetic really just kind of makes a chisel feel. But this is gonna make all this other stuff. And I'm leaving the guts of the inside of the tree. Just painting the outside rim light
Careful, careful, careful. I got
of it.
paint here.
And I'll paint in the sky. You know, and then, you know, there's always these guys here to put in. And just a few grasses here and there. Yeah, I'll keep this one going. If you guys, I know you guys might be having to take off here, but I can keep going for a little bit.
Shall we show you what we've done before? we
Yes, if you want
destroy
to,
it?
you want to flip your,
Before we destroy it?
yeah,
I
because I'm
planned
pretty
it.
much, it's not gonna go.
So far, I've just covered over everything you've done with
Well,
something
that's
else.
good. You want to flip yours around?
Here, wait, let me
Open this thing back up.
wait, is it there? Wait, where'd it go?
Wait, I got it. Let me
Wait,
grab
let
it.
me. Wait.
Let me put it up for everybody to take a look.
Wait, it's not very good. I plan to just paint over it next week, like I've done so far.
Yeah.
I can't do these in 1 week anyway.
It shows as Richard. Did you find Richard?
I see the road and everything, Karen, and stuff. I'm trying to, I can't make you, oh, there you go, spotlight. There you go. I was going another one. Here you go.
How do I get it?
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
How do I?
Oh, nice.
There's some pretty cool stuff going on there, Karen.
Yeah, well,
You
yes.
gotta work,
and
yeah.
that stuff too.
You
No,
need to,
I like your idea of putting the emphasis on the first chapter. Because I can figure out where the sorry, I don't.
No, Karen, I gotta
do it exactly right. There we go. Wait, there we go.
Yeah, I know. There, quit moving. Quit moving.
Okay.
No, there's some good stuff going on there, Karen.
Yeah.
I see you just pulled up the grasses a little. You know, you just got to make some of these grasses in front of the front one, you know, a little more green in there. Get some green in there, and I think you just got to really push, you know, repaint that that front tractor's, you know, the highlight and the and the dark areas on that tractor. Basically, just a little bit on that above those where you stroke them in. That's gonna be really nice. Watch the size of these of the tractors behind there a little bit. They're kind of becoming a little bit kind of, you know, I think you need like just break that shape up with one more tractor in there, because they're about the exact same size. A little big back there. So shrink them up. There's some grass. I think you can probably do it with some of the grass, the greens and stuff.
They're a little big. You're right.
Just a hair too big.
Yeah.
But I do like what's going on, Karen. I think you got some really good expression going on with your brush strokes again. I like the back tire of the big tractor too. I just like the idea of how thin it is and the strokes going in it and stuff.
I like the suggestion of the background building.
Yeah.
You just want to hint at something back there. Sometimes I think I overdo the detail and I lose the distance. What do they call it? Atmospheric perspective? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's working very well. You even got some sky in, Karen. And even with the tone of your painting being a little bit cooler than the what we're working with than the photo, you've made it work. It's interesting. Nice job.
Thank you. You can go
Who
on to
else?
someone else's.
Who else wants the pain? Who can bring it?
I'll put mine up.
Ron?
Yeah.
All right, let me find you.
It's, the tractor didn't come out too well.
It never does.
Oh,
It did not come out too well.
Yeah, you need to get some red in there to be a tractor.
You got the cars and they look great.
So what did you do today?
Cars are tricky. I like them.
I think
You got that-
Ron
you
is
got the-
chasing Hopper.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of
I
hop-
love the way that simple planes are going.
Yeah.
The car looks great, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
That
Did you
looks like
do a close-up of that car by blowing up the photo, or?
Nah, you know, Jim, I follow Jim's rule on this, which is the car is just a bunch of blocks, just squares, lines across, a line across the top, line across the middle there. Then you stick in a few tires, and then you add highlights and pray.
the praying helps. It
Well,
does.
you got to, yeah, you have to pray hard.
Looks great, Ron.
Wow,
Yeah,
Ron,
great.
that's a really nice space. That feels very like we were talking about. Atmosphere is there. I love being able to see the light through the tunnel and stuff you made.
Oh,
That's
I painted over that so many times that yellow paint was too bright, and then it was too dull, and then I did it again, and you know, it was time to pray.
It is going. That is going really, really nice.
Platform's really looking good too. The suggestions on the upper story of getting up there.
Oh yeah.
Is really gives you a sense of space too, vertically.
That's
Yeah.
Well
that's
done.
basically what you want. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
That's beautiful, Ron.
I like the light.
Okay, now you got to paint the
background,
tractor.
too.
Forget that. Put that away. Paint the tractor.
It's hard to make the light in the background convincing, and you did that. Great. The
did.
light buildings are behind. It worked well.
It took me about 4 different tries.
Oh.
Yeah, but don't tell anyone.
Like things in front, and that's an easy way out. But I like
Yeah.
the way you did it. It's very convincing.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Now, Ellen promised us that she was going to show us her dogs and do everything. But who else?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I'll show you what I did so far, but I'm still working on highlights on those tractors.
Andrea, right?
Okay.
Let me get you.
It's a little brightness.
Oh, I like the freshness of your paint.
Yeah.
That's some good gobs of paint. That's really good.
Very nice. Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh wow, you guys have all done
Really good.
Yeah.
That's some good. You drew it better than I did, and you weren't even looking at the photo.
Yeah, it's awfully bright in this room, so I can't really.
Okay, right there. You know, you got a little shadow on it, but you can really look at your tractor and stuff, and you got some good guts to it. It feels like a machine. I like the highlight in the very front, the little and stuff. Well drawn stuff. You know, I think you're on your way with this. I really like the way the thickness of your paint you use and stuff. It really gives you a lot to work with when you paint with some real thickness and stuff.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And getting a little better at thinking about, like you said, areas of just shapes. So that's what I'm going with. Like Ron was talking about.
Yeah, it's really don't get the basics, get the strength, and then just cut into it. But you know, some places it can be as simple as a shape.
Okay. All right.
Beauty.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing that. You know, the full shot of that.
Okay.
Okay. Who else? Mary Beth.
Oh God,
Huh?
all right.
We're kind, Mary Beth. We are kind. It's a
You are.
gentle critic. Gentle. Oh. Nice. A little bit.
I wish I'd made my tractors bigger, and I'm redoing the trees behind the tractors, but
Okay.
just-
Okay.
I just, anyway.
Well, you can still got room. You could still put a couple, one or two further back.
Oh, okay.
That I wouldn't mind that. Just leave a little of that green you already have there. And
Yeah.
You got a space, the lighter green, the grass. Yeah, put one back there. Put two, to get clumped together.
Okay.
Farther back. I think you can do that too. It would be
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Otherwise, that's really great start.
Thank you.
Are you? Yeah, you're looking at the photo too, where you're painting and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice work.
I wish I made the tractor bigger. I like how you did that. But
It's okay. If you want to make it bigger, it's really quite easy, right? I mean, it's just a big square.
Yeah.
Figure out what side you'd like to bring it out. It's just like maybe adding some more highlight to it or front end.
I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. I gotta go.
See ya.
All right. I'll look
Bye-bye.
at the website though and try to put it on the group site.
Okay, I'll put it up. I'll find you.
Okay. All right. Have a nice week and a happy
Bye.
Easter, everybody.
Great painting so far.
Thanks.
Okay, who's left? Karen Martels kept saying she was working really hard. What is Max doing? She's quiet. She's mic's off. And the picture's off. She doesn't want to look at us.
I'm here, but I take notes. I have practically a volume of notes instead of painting and writing.
I didn't hear Maxine. I can't hear.
Oh, Karen, I'm not painting, I'm writing. I'm writing down every golden word that Jim utters.
I
See?
did the same thing.
Now I'm going to get notes.
I didn't paint.
You're going to pass them on to
I
me.
tried that too. Just took great notes and then it didn't work. So, yes,
Right.
I've yet to figure out the best way to do it because I don't want to finish this painting. I'll just scrap it and do it again next week or whatever
No,
you do.
Karen, you're going to finish this painting.
No.
I'm going to find
I haven't finished any of them yet. I'm 3
painting.
for 3 so far of non-finishing.
Okay, Karen. So what's the difference of me doing it live and doing it this way?
Well, the difference is you during class you walk around and we can work on the same thing week after week. Now we have to do it in 1 week. That's the difference. And I find it hard to listen to you and do it at the same time.
I do too, Karen.
Yeah.
I think in class I wasn't paying that much attention to what he was saying.
Oh, I know it.
He mostly.
Yeah. Jim, I was wondering if I could see like a glimpse of your palette now. Like, did you go through all of your pre-mixes or?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it here. Whoop. Oh, look, my phone shut off. Oh yeah, my phone died. That's why. Here, I'll tell you what. Let me take a peek. I have to pull my things down.
Don't pull your things down.
No. It's 2 seconds. That's a good point, though.
I just wanted to see like
How
the
messy it
paint
is?
pile that I mix. Usually they turn out to be not enough, so I'm mixing it again halfway through, and that's pretty annoying.
Oh, isn't it? Here we go. So you can still see, I still have big piles of paint left. Does that work?
Yep. Still have a lot.
I need to leave. Bye.
Bye, Karen.
That's all we get
Bye.
is bye. Bye.
Bye, Karen. Bye.
Bye.
See you,
Bye,
Karen.
Karen.
Have a good, happy Easter. Who else? I heard Ellen's voice. Let's
Yes,
see, Ellen.
I've unmuted.
Oh, you finally unmuted?
I did. Here.
Okay, I'm trying to get your,
Oh, okay. I'll show you what I did just to.
yeah, you won't show. So what are we gonna do here?
Oh, it doesn't
Muted
show.
and here, spotlight video. Finally, here she is.
Oh.
There she is.
No, I see
Yeah,
the
we
back.
don't see you for so long.
What's that?
Oh, good, you have your sweater back on. Now I
I know, I
recognize
couldn't
you.
find my, let's see.
Oh,
Surprised that I'm working on
oh,
There's a
nice.
tractor.
Colorado. Gotta go back further.
Oh, I like your mountains.
Lovely.
Is that gonna be water? Is that gonna be water down below?
Yeah, it's gonna be water and I'm gonna have a fisherman in there. That's what I'm starting on, so.
Ooh, a fisherman. Yeah.
All right.
I can see.
No, I like the atmosphere. The atmosphere is very good. Very the mountains back there. Where's it from?
Well, you'll be surprised to hear that it's from
Rocky
Colorado.
Mountain.
It's from what?
It's from Colorado, Rocky Mountain National. You'll be
Get
surprised
out.
to hear.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
No one.
Ah,
No one fishes there.
Well, this guy does.
Colorado. Wow.
Yeah. Nice, nice. Okay. Anybody else? Max, everybody else? Sabrina. We're waiting on Sabrina.
I actually just sketched it and I haven't painted, so I need to meditate on it and then do the work.
Oh, go ahead and meditate. Do some more meditating.
No,
All right.
I will do it slowly. I think I wanted to see how did you want it to do the placement. But last week it was simpler to me because you said, okay, sketch it in. So when I had it sketched in the night before, so it was easier for me to follow rest of it. But
Yeah.
this one, I did see the tractors overlapping, and I knew you were gonna do something different, so I didn't sketch it in. So yeah, I'll finish it. In fact, I tell
right,
myself
and,
for me to
I
join
will
next
finish-
Saturday,
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to finish.
that's the thing, is it-
What do you do? Yeah.
Yeah, you better. You got plenty of time now.
It's kind of, sort
Anyway.
of, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep working on this, guys. If anybody wants to stick around or take off and stuff, I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off. So have a good week, everybody. Happy Easter.
All
Bye.
right.
Happy Easter. Bye,
Happy
everybody.
Easter.
Bye, Ellen.
Hey,
Easter.
Jim, I'm gonna do.
Okay, then. I'm just gonna
Okay,
close it
I'm
down then.
leaving. Bye.
Bye,
Happy Easter,
Maxine.
guys.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
A picture when I got it somewhere.
Hey, Rose, did you show me?
No, not yet.
Do you wanna?
Sure.
Yes, you do.
Yours are always good.
I have to figure out
Yeah.
where you are. There we go. Okay, hold on a second.
Oh, very good.
Oh,
Rose,
yeah.
Very nice.
there. She's getting it down. Look at that turn of the camera she had. Here we go. Wow, it's coming along very nice, very quick.
Yes,
Nice job.
a lot of little brush strokes though.
Okay.
So I'll work on it some more and send it to you, and you can tear it apart and tell me what's up.
Okay. And I'll good job.
Thanks. I'll try and figure out that Facebook thing too.
All right, I'll send it all to you guys one more time and see if
Thanks.
you guys get it. All right.
Bye, everybody. Be safe.
Bye. See ya.
Right.
Bye. Bye, Rosemary.
She's all right. Anybody else? I think that's all of us. So
Okay, I'm off, Jim. Thank you.
you're out
Great
too.
lesson.
All right then. We'll see you later, Ron.
Bye, Ron.
All right, Karen.
Bye.
Everybody.
Good Easter, everyone.
We will see you guys. Have a happy Easter.
All right.
Later.
You're going to finish and show this to us next week, right?
Right. What I'm going to do from this point on, though, I'm going to videotape it with my phone. And it'll be a fast paint and stuff. I'll start right here and just go on. Okay.
Okay,
So, and I'll put that on the page where you can see how it finishes up.
oh, great. Okay,
Okay?
thanks.
Good.
No problem. Okay. We'll talk to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Mary Beth.
Bye-bye.